So guys, I'm going to do this one real fast while you're working. You don't have to pay too much attention to it because now this is like the fourth time through, okay? The materials I had, those emitter settings, weren't intense enough, right? They were too diffuse. There wasn't enough body to them. So here what I'm going to do is actually go into the emitter, and I think what I'm going to do is just bump the wattage up, not to a crazy amount, maybe 500, but then change the efficacy to something that's pretty large. So I'll jump that to like 200, and you can see how much that spread really intensified. Maybe I'll even bump the efficacy up even more. So let's try 300. There you go. That's letting a lot of light out with a relatively, compared to the last setting we did, small wattage. Large in real life though. And then here on emitter 3, this one, because it's reaching farther, we're going to really intensify this one quite a bit. So I'm going to jump that one up to a 1000 watt. And change that efficacy to something like 250. And watch that one spread. So now I'm really getting this full white burn to kind of reach out closer to the 2 meter mark. So we'll see how that works, and then we'll just keep calibrating, trying to get it to work properly. And so now I'll jump back into my view and set it to render. Gosh, still not enough. Alright guys, so I'm just going to kind of roll into what I really wanted to show you in this video, and that's the emitters panel. Or, I'm sorry, the multi-light panel. None of you guys are paying attention, are you?
I'll pay attention.
Come on. The multi-light panel. This part's really freaking cool. Okay, you guys are going to love this. Because it allows you to change your light settings after the render's done. Or during the render process. So check this out. Just for simplicity's sake, I'm going to stop this. Give it just a minute to stop. But so let me zoom in here. You can kind of see, don't worry about the top one. That didn't really work out as well as I wanted it to, but you can sort of see some illumination. So I will have to increase that probably. But the one I want to focus on right now are these downlights on the strips. So these strip downlights, they're not super intense. But maybe I don't want them to burn so much, or maybe I want to try and get a little bit more light out of it. The multi-light panel is where you can mess with your ISO, your shutter, and, check this out, your actual emitters intensities. So see how it says 4,000 watts down the bottom, and then 500 watts, and then 1,000 watts? Well, you can increase that. So I can go from 4,000 watts up to 1,000 watts, and do I have to refresh? I forget if I have to refresh. Or, wait, oh, that's the wrong emitter, sorry. So I can go up and refresh. Oh, it doesn't want to do it. Oh, it's not recalculating. Anyway, you can see it in the preview, but it doesn't want to refresh. So anyway, I can go down. Let me decrease that a little bit and then refresh it. There you go. So I can decrease it, I can increase it all the way up to the maximum. You couldn't really tell the difference between a couple hundred and what that was. But this is a pretty neat way to get a more fine-tuned way of showing the view after it's already rendered. So maybe a good method is to just bump it up really, really high, and then you can use the emitter multi-light panel to kind of bring it down to the right level that you need. So here I'm just going to real quickly with the uplight. Ooh, yeah, that's what we're looking for. So see this uplight? You guys are going to love this. So I'm going to go up and then refresh, and there you go. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So I figured you guys were going to love this one. That panel is super, super powerful. So I'm thinking, although I haven't done this really, repetitively in practice yet, I'm thinking it's probably a great idea to just bump your wattage up really high and then start to pull it down to whatever looks reasonable. Okay? Any questions?
How'd you get it to have those different bars like that?
You have to turn on Multilight. Let me go back and remind you where it is. Here on the output panel, I think. Yeah. Multilight, if you change it to intensity, those sliders are going to allow you to change the light intensity. You can also change the color, by sliders if you switched this to the color setting. Yeah. Okay. So let me just stop this. What I do want to see you guys do here tonight in the next 20 minutes or so is get a draft render out where you're using the multi-light panel in order to adjust some of these settings in your space. Any questions? I'm going to give you guys, I'll start at 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes max, and then there's a couple other things that I want to explain before the end of the night.